Well, welcome back to my Ford Transit Campervan build, and this time it's part 2 of the bed build. So last episode, part 1 of the bed build, I sort of built the actual structure for the bed, and this time it's sort of just looking at the mattresses and the way that works and how all the bed all sort of functions and folds away, and the sort of locking mechanism to keep all the panels up. And the main reason I'm going for this style of bed is because I've got an L3 Transit, so not the longest body version. I wanted to have the option to have the bed easily put away and still enjoy the full length of the vehicle. And I didn't personally want a full garage, or I don't think I personally need a full garage, it's just more weight to put in it, so I went for this design, which is a little bit uncommon to see in sort of British builds. I see a little bit more in American builds. Anything else in this video coming up? Oh, I wear a different hat for the first few scenes. That brightens things up. This is my favourite Moroccan hat, which I haggled for on the souks of Marrakesh, or one of the many trips I've had working there. But I'm wearing a different one, so I guess that spices it up. Right, on to the actual video. Right. Oh god. So, I've got a mattress as a turned up, which is good. And I've gone for a folding mattress. I'm going to get 2 of them. But I bought one just for now, just to make sure it actually fits before I pull the trigger by the second one. Effectively, the mattresses are 190 centimeters by 90. And if you go this way, it's about 185 centimeters by about 85. So I only have to trim a little bit off them. So let's have a look at the mattress. For those mattresses where it says you can return them, but realistically after I pierce that plastic, this thing is going to be humongous. So this is an 11.5 centimeter or 4.5 inch tri-folding mattress with washable cover. Ideal for guests, reunion, dorms, camping or travel. I'm not sure if you were travelling how that would be particularly helpful. So this mattress will need trimming down, I do know that. So I actually pressed record on this camera. Thought I'd check, otherwise, you know, it's quite difficult to film the inflating of it again. Acts as a little sofa. Well, I like that. I've already covered it in sawdust, I've just seen. Apparently it's 11. Is it 11.5? I haven't got any rulers in here anymore. So I'm just going to carry on expanding a bit more, hopefully. Nicely folds away. I can stuff my duvet in there. Go like that. Or if you had people in the van at the same time, you know, so someone was cooking, you could just have half of it down. Oops, I've just unlocked the van. So the plan's going to be to go for a second one of these, so I can have them both out this way. I'm going to put something in the sink so you don't fall into it. Ooh, a drink. So yeah, I think I'll get the second one of these ordered. So I am going to cut it down a wee bit. I'm going to cut down this panel just to sort of contour this edge. And same for probably cut down this end panel as well. Again, so it just contours the edge quite nicely. Cool. Day 2. Second mattress is here. I'm probably going to do all the cutting tomorrow, but these need a while to expand, so I'll open it up now. and leave it to expand overnight. So I think tomorrow's plan is just to, when this is all expanded, cut it to size really. Today's task for fitting the bed is I need to cut down some of these foam pads. Ideally, I just need to cut down this end one to fit it and contour it into this area, and then this one to fit it into this area. Hopefully that should be reasonably easy. Reasonably easy last words. Right, well I better get this out of the way and then fit it to there. So the middle, the gap between the 4 panels, the very middle point, works quite well for this 90 centimeters versus the back door, so I'm not going to cut this one down widthways, it's just going to be length. The other one needs to be cut down widthways to make it fit. Alright, I should probably draw it a little mark on that wall so I know where that point is. Tell you what, I'm going to hoover up all the sawdust in the van before I... So, made my little template. That fits nicely there, and it's going to mimic on the other side, so I can just reverse it. I guess now it's to... Right, I think I'm going to get a board marker so I can draw on it and then start cutting it up. Right, well I've seen online that an easy way of cutting these was using electric cutter. So I did a little test, it worked quite well. So I've marked out my plan, I'm just going to give it a go. Right, well, I've spent the last little while cutting the foam with that electric, I don't know, electric kitchen knife. It cuts through foam like butter. If you're going to do that, just buy a cheap one of those or borrow your mum's one like I did. So I've just put them back in their covers. I've not like made the covers all sewn or anything. And yeah, let me show you how it works. So at the minute they're all both packed away. Get the back one out. Back one nicely fits down, nice and flat, so you can have it if you wanted. Just a sofa at the back of the van, put something like that. I guess if you were small you could sleep that way, but it's my van and I'm not small, so I won't be. And then for part 2, really happy with that. That sort of turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Right, I'll just show you a quick demonstration. So, definitely happy with how that's turned out. So that's what I think 1.85 m that way by 1.75 m this way. Which for being 6'1", I can sleep if I want with my feet, with head there, feet dangling over the edge, but I most often sleep with my head in that corner and my feet over here. Also the perfect point for where the TV is. So the minute when this is down like this, it fits quite snug in here. This is really hard to do with one hand. There you go. For actual like bedclothes, not going to be sleeping just on this by itself, so I think what I'm going to do, doing a fitted sheet would just be a pain in the ass every day. So I'm going to probably look at using like a blanket or something as a sheet, which can be washable, or maybe just put a clips or something in each corner. So I can just pull the blanket out and just clip it in each corner, and it will retain it in place. Sink wise, I've left the area over here. I just need to make the sink insert which goes on there. Yeah, now let me show you packing it away. So put it away in the morning, I would jump out of bed, Simple as that, really. The duvet and the pillows, they're just going to get sort of stuffed in the gap up here and the remaining gap over here. Yeah, that's pretty much the folding bed. I am going to have to figure out different. The magnets work great for sort of holding it in position, but I am going to need some sort of physical latch retaining the panels, because this one, because the pillar's at the back corner, pushes it out a bit, so it won't stay, which is why I'm posing here, holding it, pretending it's absolutely fine when actually it just wants to fall out. Something I forgot to mention is about breathability and ventilation. You see a lot of issues in vans of it going mouldy underneath the bed. And that's because moisture, especially from sort of just your body, will permeate through the mattress and to the other side. And if you've just got raw plywood or raw wood underneath it, that can cause that can cause that moisture to soak into the wood, and over time that can cause dampness and cause mould. For this, I find the sort of covering for this is it's reasonably thick but wiry, so it should allow quite a good amount of breathability. And the fact that the bed is being put up and put down, so I'm lifting all of the panels off the wood every day and they're getting stacked up. Arguably they get stacked together a little bit, but there's still a lot more ventilation than you would have if you just had a permanent mattress there. So I think that should take care of a lot of the damp issues, and we'll see. If it doesn't, then I might look at some of the sort of underlay things you can get for adding a bit more breathability. And the wood underneath is also treated as well, so that's all oiled, so there should be no moisture soaking into it. Yeah, just hoping that when this goes up and down, that's just going to allow the mattress to breathe and dry out from any moisture which is in it. So needed to add some sort of locking mechanism. Those magnets are pretty strong, but I wanted a permanent locking mechanism. Well, not permanent, a safety mechanism as such. So I've just repurposed door stops. I think this is probably a good example to get an idea of it. So normally these have a little rubber pad on them. You put them on the back of a door, and then when the door's open, you can just push this down and it holds the door in place. So I've just used it to put a pin through to retain these. So they are spring loaded, so I just do that, pops up and the panel can come down, and then when I've locked it I just put it back in position. Same for these. I think these ones I've got to push on the panel a little bit, and I can't do it when I'm holding the camera. And then same for this one. So it's just as well as the magnet which stops it going any further back, this little pin stops it, just really secures it, although those magnets are pretty strong. So this is quite blue, and I want to do something with it. It's quite a big open panel of blue space. I can't have many things sort of three-dimensional on it, because about this section here has to be clear, so this sits flat on this worktop. I mean, I could mount pictures on it on there. I'm thinking, because I love maps, and I've always found whenever, even in my old house, I had a humongous world map, that people love world maps, or people love looking at maps. And since I spend most of my life, or most of my work, travelling the world, leading expeditions, you know, maps are a really interesting point. So I think I might get a big world map, which I think can fit here, being about A0 size. Probably in like some sort of antique-y colours, sort of darker colours, a mix with to work with the van sort of interior colour, because I love world maps. And then the big long panel might have a similar visual style map, but probably one of the UK, since that's where I'm based. And hopefully if it's got roads and stuff, that could be quite interesting as well for working out bits. Yeah, but also put your comments if you've got any other ideas of how I could sort of change it visually. I think it's a bit of a big solid colour, and well, not a waste of space, but I think, you know, I could utilise the space a bit more if I added something to it. So I'm thinking big world map and map of the UK. Right then, I better show the actual bed in action and how it's all set up. So I store window covers in there as well when it's during the day. The other window cover as well. And well, there we go. All 6 foot one of me can happily sleep in the bed. So that's how it's put down. I can have the Apple TV there on the display there when I want it. Turns out the Apple TV can speak to all the lights, so I can turn all the lights in the room off as well. And actually reaching the lights for the van in general, there's no internet signal. All the wired remotes, which I just haven't mounted yet. They can generally get mounted anywhere, they're just magnetic, I just need to pull through. So I guess the next bit is how the bed is put away. So I put down the screen, tucked away area. So I find the best option is to roll up the duvet a little bit. One half of the bed put away, other half of the bed put away, stuffing the duvet in there, put some of the window covers back. This is the reason I did the multiple sections, was so you can sort of push up parts of it. Oops, that was caught on there. Push up parts of it to keep stuff in. Definitely work on that. Simple as that, really. I don't know, as I showed earlier in the video, you could just have, because one of the each mattress is the exact width of 2 panels. You could have just one half down and a sofa, and that's sort of what I wanted it to be able to have a bed which folds away easily, and I can store all the bed clothes and even the window covers in there as well during the daytime. Or if I'm lazy, or I want to put something in the middle like I'm carrying something else, I can leave the bed down all day. So what I thought I'd add before I end the video, I get a lot of questions and sort of private messages about different things I've used, from the mattress to lots of parts of the recirculating shower, to the internet in the van, to the lights. So I put together a Amazon store, which is in the description below. I've on all the videos now, and if you click on there you can see all the things I've ordered off Amazon, or I've ordered which are listed on Amazon, and if you buy them, a little bit of that money goes towards the channel. I don't think it costs you any extra, but it helps me out, it helps the channel out. And it seems, having had it running for a few days, that if you just buy other things on Amazon through that link, I also get a little bit of commission as well, which is good. So if I earn enough on that, I might treat you guys and buy a better microphone so there's some better audio quality on these videos. But yeah, if you want to check that out, that really helps me out. Yeah, so I think that is pretty much going to end the video here. Not your most conventional bed design, especially sort of in the UK. It's a bit more popular in the sort of American fan conversions I've seen. I don't know if it's called a Murphy bed or not. I think the Murphy bed might be all the way down, but I think for what I want out of the van, it's a great use of space. It gives me still all of this freedom and a space to walk through the vehicle if I want. And it can also be a bed which can be left down if I want it left down and drive somewhere, or a bed I could put up, or a bed I can have half down as a sofa if I've got some friends around, or I think when I'm at an ex-kayaking event I can have the back panel down and have the doors open and be using it as a bar serving people, or if I'm preparing food I can have just the middle one down and just using that as a bit of extra worktop. I think for what I want, it's a very versatile setup, so I'm pretty happy with that. But overall, that's going to be that's the bed for the van, and one of the most asked questions. Something will be going on here to get rid of this big blue colour. Yeah, that's about it. So once again, thank you very much for joining me. Any questions, feel free to message me. Probably Instagram's the best, but always leave a comment as well, it helps me out. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you've seen, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.